you know what I'm saying, y'all point of view of
Okay.
everything that's just taking place in
Yeah.
general. Of course, well, for the ones who don't know Charleston White is a motivational speaker.
Yes.
He's also an activist on the back end, but he also is the CEO of Helping Young People Excel, aka Hype. That is what he's the CEO of, right? So a lot of people cannot digest him. A lot of people can't digest Charleston White. I think it takes a certain type of person. First of all, you have to have you cannot be. I'm gonna say this. You can be in the world but not of the world to understand him, right? You have to think outside of what he's saying. You have to be able to think outside of what he's saying, the way he's conveying the message, and think solely on the message. For the people who don't understand Charleston White, they are usually more defensive. They are more usually paying attention to what he's saying as far as when he's bashing rappers. He's bashing now. I want to make that very clear. When he's saying, like, because he said certain things about Nipsey Hussle. Of course, he talks about King Von, the dead, rest in peace, King Von. But of course, he talks about a lot of these different artists in general, whether they are, past, the late, greats, or whatever. But the thing is, he's not talking about them in particular. He's talking about their alternate egos. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
The biggest thing is what we have to understand when you are advocating for us. And when I say us, you already know who we are. When you're advocating for us, it's certain approaches you have to take. For one, let's just be clear. The way he's approaching, you know what I'm saying, like trying to get a message out is, of course, it can be very disrespectful. But if you're focusing solely based off of the way he's saying it, the verbiage. Of course, you can do things. It's the way you can do things. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. But it's a lot of things that a lot of people do the way they do it, and it's respected. But when someone is actually doing and saying certain things in a certain manner, a lot of people don't respect it because it's coming from a certain individual. So with Charleston White, what he tried to get people to understand is, your everyday rappers rap about all of these different things that I'm talking about. They rap about smoking they ops. They rap about killing each other. They rap about gun violence, drugs, toting pistols. They rap about everything that I'm saying.
And yet
but the way that I
side.
say it, or the way that I convey it, it comes off as disrespectful. What he's trying to say is the very same thing that I'm saying is the same thing that your favorite rapper is talking about in his songs. So how can you get mad at one for the way that they say something, but not feel some type of way towards the other one about what they say? Like I said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So I'm not writing him in his wrongs. What I am saying is sometimes we have to focus on the bigger picture. It's not necessarily, it's not all about
the delivery.
Sometimes we just got to think outside of it. If
Listen
he was
to what
pushing a
people are
certain
saying.
agenda, what you got to understand
listen to what someone is
us
saying.
as black people, right? Us as African Americans.
Yeah.
The things that are publicized to society today is always ignorance. The people who are in higher power, the people who have the influence over the world, are people who are pushing gangs, pushing gun violence, pushing all negative aspects when it comes to the black communities. They are pushing negative agendas, right? So with that being said, he is doing the same thing, but he's trying to get a message to say, you shouldn't be talking about this, or you shouldn't be doing this. If you're trying to make a change, you have to go about these different types of things. Oh, I can't say fuck Nipsey Hussle or fuck King Von or fuck all these different people. Like I said, make much respect to them. May their souls rest in peace. But he's not talking about them in particular. He's talking about their alternate ego. He's not talking about them as individuals. What he's saying is them as individuals are much more brighter. They have a lot more to offer. They stand for more than what their alternate egos stand for. So when you're burying those people, you're not burying them. You're burying their alternate egos. So the thing is, we have to start stepping outside of ourselves and our feelings and our emotions and start looking at the bigger picture. Nothing is going to change if we are continuously going toe-to-toe with people who are actually trying to make a difference. Like I said, it takes a certain level-minded individual to understand Charleston White. He is pushing a whole nother agenda. While people are thinking that he's speaking negative and he's speaking down and he's talking it down on a lot of these people, he's advocating on the back end. Us, as African Americans, we have to go about things differently. Look at Martin Luther King. Look at Malcolm X. all our different activists that were speaking for us and standing up for us, they died. They died in the line of trying to change lives. So he's trying to go about it the right way so that his family does not have to mourn him. He's trying to go about it in a way that suits him so that he can still be able to be an activist in our black community, but also be able to be home with his kids and be able to be a husband to his wife. So a lot of us look at certain approaches as the way people do things and say things or go about certain things, but we have to look at it based off of ourselves, for ourselves. He said for a long time, I used to speak about certain things. I used to do this the right way. I used to say these different types of things, send these type of messages certain ways. But guess what? They were not heard. The moment that I started speaking like this is when I started catching attention. When you're trying to change, it's certain things you're going to have to do. Now, you do have to have a level of integrity. Don't get me wrong. You want to continue to possess that integrity. What you stand for is everything. So I'm not saying, like I said, what you do is not what you do, is how you do it. You still have to possess a level of integrity at all times when it comes to changing the world, when it comes to advocating, when it comes to being an activist. I'm not saying that that's wrong. And I don't negate anybody's personal feelings when it comes to disrespect. Definitely disrespecting the dead, because our perspective of how we see things is not going to be the same way as other people see things, right? But what I am trying to get people to understand is everybody go about things different ways, and everybody way and methods can be effective to certain people. So you can feel how you feel about it. But what I will say is, don't focus so much on the way it's being conveyed. Focus on the message, because the message is what's going to change your life. The message is what's gonna change some souls. It's not always about the way somebody says it. If you cannot take these different people, don't take them. Take them with a grain of salt. Take what you can take and leave what you can leave. But do not knock and stand in the way of someone else's progression. Like he was saying, Dr. Martin Luther King kids don't respect these people today. They feel like their fathers died in vain. He don't want that for his kids. You can't do nothing but respect it, right? At the end of the day, these rappers are pushing all these different agendas. Nobody is coming for them. A lot of these artists, a lot of these people who are in positions of power are doing the very same thing that people are saying Charleston White is doing, but they're not getting no lack behind it. What I am saying is expand your mind. Open your mind. Think outside of what everyone else thinks, and stop being so bashful and stop being so defensive and stop looking at certain things and open and change your perspective, broaden your horizon. Like so many people cannot expand or expound on their gifts or on their purpose in their lives, or on what they could be doing in their life more productive, not less killing, less hurting each other, less disrespecting females, less, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these different things, if they focus on the bigger picture and not based off of what the way it's being conveyed, and a lot of times the messenger. We rather listen to artists talking about gun violence, killing each other, gang banging, trapping, fucking hoes, fuck these hoes, what they say, money over bitches, all this type of shit. So what you gonna be fucking your homeboy? So what you just gonna y'all just gonna be, y'all don't give a fuck about no females at this point. Like it's just like everything that they promote, it's an issue. But then when someone that is actually on the back end, outside of the bullshit that they talking about, is advocating and being an activist in the community, trying to work to change laws, trying to work to do things on the back end outside of what people are seeing, they still are not able to get the message. They're still not understanding what is being said. But like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many small minds. It's so many people that don't want to step outside of the norm. It's so many people that don't even see the bigger picture. So I can understand why so many people would be so bashful when it comes to Charleston White. Because a lot of people are ignorant and oblivious to what's really going on in the world. So many people are very ignorant to the point where they don't even care to understand. Only thing that they see is a black man bashing other artists, bashing the very same people that are influencing your communities, the people in your neighborhoods to kill each other, your cousins and your uncles and your siblings that are getting gunned down every day, but yet y'all don't feel no type of way about the artists doing it. But when Charleston White come in and he talk about the very same thing in a different way that your favorite rapper is rapping about, it's a problem. Only thing that I'm coming before you to say is, I understand that he can go about it differently. I understand that it's not what you do, it's how you do it. But I also understand that when you're living for a family, when you have your own family, when you know what your purpose is, when you know what you're doing that's waking up certain people around you, when you know that you're actually out there stepping outside of the internet, outside of what everybody sees, and you're actually working, doing footwork on the back end, it don't matter what they see on the outside. Long as you know what you're doing in the community and what you're doing on the back end is going to make a difference in the very same people that you're talking about, then what you're talking about and the people that are talking against you is not in vain. It don't matter who are against you, as long as you are making some changes, as long as your kids are going to be able to say that my father was the reason why this law was put in place. As long as your kids is going to be able to say my father is the reason why this group of young men are succeed.
Let's not be selfish. Like I always love this saying, like, let's not be selfish, that if we're not gonna see no changes, let's not like try and put changes in place for our next generations, for our next kids. I think that's what she's basically saying. I'm just saying, let's not be very selfish. We are not gonna see all the changes, but we can put some changes in place for all of us.
I like your message. But as long as your message is reaching the people that it needs to reach, it does not matter the people that don't reach. Like I said, take what you can take and leave what you can leave. Only it's a certain amount of people. That's why they say some are called and many are called and few are chosen. Certain people are not ready for that seat. A lot of people not willing to take on the responsibility and the different backlash and everything that comes with making a change in your community. See, the thing is, the reason why certain things does not happen, different shifts does not take place in communities today, is because of the fact that a lot of people don't have the courage. A lot of people they're more worried about the people that don't like them instead of the lives that they're changing. So if we get more people to focus solely on the purpose, and regardless of how anybody feel about it, as long as you're making some changes in your life, in your kids' life, making a difference in the black communities, in the communities that actually need it, the low poverty, the low income, all the different people that they know that this is needed to target, that's all that matters. Because anything that you do, everybody gonna have something to say. Anything that you're doing is gonna be criticized. Definitely from the people who don't have nothing going on. Definitely from the people who not doing nothing but sitting on their couch all day on social media. Definitely from the people that ain't doing nothing but going around fucking with niggas just for a bag. Definitely from the people that don't give a fuck about nothing nothing that matters. Definitely from the people that do nothing but listen to music and is easily influenced. But all the negative entities and energies and forces is what influence them. But yet somebody that is willing to pour into them, whether it is the way they say it is wrong, but the message is bigger than what they feel, they don't want to take heed to it. Like I said, I'm not trying to come before y'all for a long period of time. Only thing I'm trying to say is don't allow someone that is that is activating change in your communities, or that can potentially activate change in your community. Don't allow them to pass. Don't let it be a reason that they don't wait till they pass, or wait till something tragic happens to them for you to wake up and acknowledge that this person was not necessarily bashing me, was not trying to drag me or make me feel no type of way, but yet they was trying to bring something out of me that the industry is not going to bring. Society is not trying to promote. And sometimes when you are black, it's harder for you to get a message out because, like they say, black people cannot do what other people can do. So you have to be mindful of how you go about it. So if it sounds as if I'm coming off bashful to my people, I need my people to be able to open their eyes to see that I'm not saying this to hurt you. I'm saying this to help you. I need you to be able to open your eyes wide enough to understand that everything is for a purpose, and it's a greater purpose outside of what you're thinking.
There's so many ways to skin a cat. Like I'm telling you, like there's so many. There's humor. There's like direct approach. There's like what Charleston White's doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like there's so many ways to approach a situation. As long as you're putting like truthful shit out there, whether it's in a like in a comedy way or a satire way, like I'm telling you, certain people who are supposed to be picking on the real shit, they'll pick up on it. All I'm saying. And if you watch my videos, then you understand where I'm coming from.
Quicker to listen, and I'm learning that every day. To be able to listen. Don't be so responsive all the time. Be more receptive to the message. Receive the message, and then do what you want to do from there. Don't necessarily respond. Like I said, what you can take. But whatever you gotta leave, leave it there. But don't feel like someone is coming down on you. When you actually look at the bigger message and you go and look at some of his interviews and you see exactly why he go about things the way he go about it, you will understand. But if you're black, you should understand anyways. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all go and look at a lot of his interviews, I want the people who feel some type of way about Charleston White, go and look at a lot of his interviews and he'll tell you why he go about things the way he go about it. He will be able to he will give you more things as to what he's doing in the community, different laws he's trying to put in place, different things that he's doing behind the scenes. So don't focus so much on what he's saying a lot of times, the way he's saying it, but focus more so on what he's saying, okay?
And don't focus
So
on
I
how
hope
he
y'all
looks.
had a good night. Like I said, I ain't seen y'all in a minute, so I love y'all. Listen, I got some more Dymond in the Rough t-shirts. If y'all don't have y'all Dymond in the Rough t-shirts, what y'all waiting on?
Oh shit.
If y'all have not caught
I
y'all
don't have
Dymond in the
my
Rough
ones today.
t-shirts, what y'all waiting on? Because I'm kind of confused, like bit confused.
Daily
Even
happiness.
if the females don't, because I already know y'all be like, anyways, even if y'all females don't, y'all boys come and copy y'all a t-shirt from the girl. Come copy out a Dymond in the Rough t-shirt. Like, what are y'all waiting on? Extra small, through large. I will ship to y'all. Whatever y'all want, y'all. Y'all get that. Okay? But like I said, I'm glad to be before y'all. Y'all, don't miss the message. Just don't miss the message, okay? Don't miss the message. But y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good evening. And TikTok, I might see y'all a little later, okay? Because we gotta chop it up. I ain't seen y'all in a minute. But y'all have a good night.
You got to come back. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I think she's done. I think she's done. That was a handful. She said a lot of some of the realest shit I've people don't acknowledge, but she did say a lot of like some real shit, right? Okay. She spoke of some of the realest shit out there. It's like sometimes people don't want to acknowledge someone's message just because of the person who's delivering the message. Like listen, like even in the Bible, like I think there's a story about like when someone looked homeless and like people didn't want to help them out and like something to do like I'm not a very hardcore Bible reader, but I know there's a story about something to do with that. Don't just discredit someone just because of how they look or how they say things. It's about listening to what someone is saying and the intentions of the words being said. I always say this. There's satire. Like this is why sometimes there's certain movies which I love. There's if you look properly, there's satire to comedies. There's satire to certain type of movies. And I always say comedy movies are one of the most genuine real life situations about anything happening in life. And if you pay attention enough, you understand where people are coming from. So all I'm saying is like Charleston White, some shit he'll be talking about, it seems a bit like fuck, like or whatever, like how society will be like, this guy is he looks crazy, or he sounds crazy, oh, you look at his like look how he looks, look how he sounds, but pay attention to the words coming out of his mouth. Listen, it's like Tupac said, don't listen to the beat, don't just listen to the beat and bop your head. Don't listen to the beat and bop your head. Listen to what the fuck I'm saying. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth. How I'm saying it doesn't matter. But listen to what I'm saying. Listen to the convictions. So yeah, I always say this, and I always say that like for me, I do this comedy gimmicky shit. But sometimes I'll be saying some shit if you pay attention. So anyway, shout out to Dymond in the Rough. Um, yeah, I think that's it. That was real quick. Um, anyway, like and subscribe, y'all. Um, all right, peace out.